Hey guys, and welcome to part 2 of the Injustice playthrough. We are now on to chapter 2 and we're now in control of Green Lantern.
I want it to be Red Lantern.
Ah, well, I was talking about in the previous part, you were saying there was multiple lanterns. Yes, there are, and the colours are basically an emotional aspect. Green represents hope, yellow's fear, red is anger.
So I'm a suck if you're either one of those.
And all the lanterns have a different weakness depending on the emotional spectrum. Like, the weakness to will is fear. So
So it's like a rock, paper, scissors sort of thing?
yeah. Like, for example, if you were a yellow lantern, and that's fueled by fear, and the weakness will be the blue lanterns, which are hope.
So what about Green Arrow? Is it a red arrow and a yellow arrow?
Well, that's a completely different, that's more vigilante. This is all about, Green Lanterns are essentially space cops. Think of like Guardians of the Galaxy, only with a lot more green.
There's so much green.
And then there's multiple people that have taken on the mantle of Green Lantern. This is Hal Jordan, the second Green Lantern.
What happened to the first one?
Golden Age comics, like
okay.
World War II style comics, and then they reboot them. Like the first one, I believe, was called Alan Scott, where his outfit was totally ridiculous. It wasn't green like this; it was more purple and red and yellow, along with green. And get this, the weakness was wood.
Wood.
It was the 30s and 40s.
Okay. Like, Superman with magic I can understand, but Green Lantern and wood? Like, I'm sitting on a wooden chair right now, like, what would it be like if he sat on one of these?
He'd probably have a heart attack.
Tell this to your boss.
Lick my boys!
That's disgusting.
Well, at least you're honest. That is Slade, by the way, who's being interrogated.
Who's Slade again? Is that...
Deathstroke.
That was Deathstroke?
That is Slade Wilson. That is him being interrogated. And that is generally how he looks underneath the mask.
Is this in the other universe, or is this the first?
This is the regime Earth, where Metropolis went bye-bye.
Oh, okay.
So this is alternate universe Cyborg and Raven. They work for the regime.
For the Galactic Empire.
Yeah. Raven's looking a lot redder though.
Did she not have white skin?
Yes, and but the red skin is because in this universe she's now in full control by Trigon, who's her father, the devil.
Her father's the devil?
Yep, literally. Think of it like big red guy, three horns, three eyes. You gotta love the stage interactions like that. Just whack them and then they fire. That's the advantage of power characters. Like they can grab more things and just throw them at your opponent. Green Lantern's another character that I'm pretty decent with, and the character power basically it's a strength buff from his ring. All the powers come from his ring.
So he doesn't have like any powers on his own?
No, the ring provides him all the powers. He's just a standard human after all. If you take off the ring, then he loses it. And the ring basically lets you come up with any constructs you want based on your imagination.
Well, he's fucked if he has to take his ring off, like if he needs to go for a shower or something like that and someone attacks him.
And there is no limitations. You can make anything with the Green Lantern ring. Or any color ring. But this is because it's a video game, you can't make anything you wish. You're stuck to like the 7 items you can make.
Developer limitations.
Let's talk about the mess of trouble you're in.
Here's alternate Cyborg. What happened to this Cyborg is that as Metropolis went boom, all of his Teen Time mates were coincidentally in Metropolis. Most of them died in that explosion.
Okay.
So now he's just willingly to join Superman's regime. In his own way to honor their memories. Even though he doesn't realize that what he's doing is wrong.
I just think Emperor Palpatine's like pulling all the strings behind this.
Don't think they would allow that. I mean, Star Wars is owned by Disney, and Disney owns Marvel, so. Hey, look at that! I get my own fireworks display.
You must be able to do like some pretty cool things with the ring if like you're bored shitless out of your mind. You can like do anything.
Yeah, create anything you want, such as that, the brick wall.
Oof, fuck. He flew.
Aye. Then again, you can simply avoid that by just ducking. Yeah, chain gun. That's the best way to go.
Head's still on straight.
Speaking of Green Lanterns, I recommend you don't. Well, out of curiosity, I watched the 2011 Green Lantern movie. That's the one with Ryan Reynolds in it, and yeah, it's terrible.
Is it terrible? I've never watched it myself, but I have heard that it's pretty
Yeah,
bad.
I saw it once and I was like, I've wasted my time. But I've seen worse, actually. It's not the worst movie I've seen, but I don't blame it on Reynolds. I thought the casting was okay, but the problem was the direction was awful.
Were they not going to make a sequel to that movie, but they cancelled it?
Yeah, they cancelled it. They teased it with a cliffhanger, but now they're redoing it again with the DC movies after Justice League. Well, that is if a Green Lantern's going to appear in Justice League at the time of this recording.
We still don't know yet.
Nah, we don't know. And here's Sinestro.
Who's Sinestro?
She. Whoops.
Did you just assume his gender?
Sinestro basically was a former Green Lantern and was Hal Jordan's member, but then he succumbed to the fear aspect and became the founder of the Sinestro Corps, which is the Yellow Lanterns.
He succumbed to fear.
Yes, he saw fear as a better weapon.
Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate
Leads to suffering. Oof.
We're making quite a few Star Wars references, aren't we?
Chainsaw battle. If you fail these QTEs, you'll lose a bit of damage.
A fucking missile
I'm gonna assume that missile exploded off screen.
in a bus. Should have like a competition, like who can make the fanciest shit.
Who could come up with the best construct just from their imagination? I mean, I'm open to, because again, the way I started with DC was because it was Batman at first, but then I grew into other characters like Superman and Wonder Woman. So even though the characters may seem obscure, I'm open to see what they have to offer and not just stick to one franchise, if you know what I mean. Kind of like how you I imagine you're the same with the Marvel side.
Yeah, well, I'm not like too deep into Marvel. I still watch like all the sort of MCU movies, but I'm not like a proper hardcore Marvel fan.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I will sit down and watch a Marvel movie. It's not like I'm like, oh, you like DC, you must hate Marvel. No. I will sit down and watch Marvel myself. I mean, I did enjoy Civil War and Spider-Man, so.
It's like there's some people that think like you cannot like ever like both of them.
That's total bullshit. You're entitled to what you like, and if you like both, then that's up to you. No one should stop you. Oh yeah.
It's like with the free consoles, like people like think you need to choose a side.
No. It's those just people are just there to cause nothing but trouble.
And then there's the PC master race.
Someone call me?
Hello?
Are they fighting outside of a strip club?
Yeah, this is Gotham.
Oh, so we're in Gotham now?
Yeah, we're in Gotham. Well, the problem with this game is that half the characters and half the locations are Gotham-based.
Oh, okay.
Because Batman's the most popular.
Like in Super Smash Bros, how Mario characters like take up most of the roster.
I thought it was Fire Emblem.
Well, like Fire Emblem is catching up now.
Time to kick my ass.
Wow, he swore.
Well, the Yellow Lantern is Altered Dimension, is our regime, Hal Jordan, who's now became a Yellow Lantern. And if you want, the yellow colour doesn't give him anything, it's just a palette swap. He plays exactly the same.
Can you unlock like that sort of palette swap?
Yes, you can, yes. Some of the costumes are DLC, some are unlocked, but this is the PS4 version, which is the Ultimate Edition, so all the DLC and all that are available right from the start. Which I recommend, that's the best way when it goes to fighting games nowadays.
Just wait till the Ultimate Edition.
Yeah, when all the DLCs include. I throw fucking watermelon at me. Looks like I might lose this, considering this health. Or maybe not.
And smack him through that brick wall.
That was made by a green wall.
Can you just kick him in the crotch there?
Yeah, that's one. But that's one of the best combos to start off with his Green Lantern. Like that one there with the whole. What's that called? A Morning Star?
A Morning Star?
That chain with a spiked ball thing.
I'm not too sure actually. Oh, what the fuck's this?
Green Lantern super move.
Fucking fighter jets.
See, I told you he can come up with anything he wants.
Well, that was surreal.
Where's Luigi? Luigi!
How about that? The Justice League of Ireland, everyone's green. Green Arrow, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, Luigi, Vector,
Shrek.
Hiding from the cops. Aren't there any good guys here?
Nope. Turns out, this universe's Batman is the only good guy left.
So he's like the only sane one left?
Yes. In terms of the heroes, all the villains, some of the villains from our universe, and that, well, and the villains in the Regime universe, some of them have turned good.
So it's like a reverse role?
Well, not all of them. Some have joined the regime, some haven't.
So this Superman here, is he...
This is our Superman.
So this is the good one.
Yeah, this is the good one.
Too bad I wasn't fast enough to catch him in the first place.
So sad, Flash.
This is weird, like seeing superheroes like the Flash like working in an office.
Oh, look who we get to play as.
I need information on surface.
Aquaman?
Yep.
The one that everyone will not take seriously.
Oh, they will. Oh, they'll try. Have you seen what they're doing with the Jason Momoa's Aquaman? But you know what? I'm open to it, but at the same time, I do understand the jokes. Like back then when Aquaman was like, all, and again, this is all like 90s and 40s and 60s, like that kind of cheesiness back then. That Aquaman could talk to fish.
Well, Spider-Man kind of went through a similar phase where it was all cheesy and that. Like, have you seen the 60s cartoon show?
Nope.
You should see the amount of memes that come off of that show. It's like people say that this show is the Aquaman of the Marvel universe.
And plus, the Aquaman has different designs as well. Like this one here, it's more like an armor version of his classic design with the blonde hair. Other times he has like long hair and a Santa Claus style beard, make him look like a king, but with a hook for a hand.
Right.
Again, just different designs every now and then.
Let me take a guess. What sort of like area Aquaman comes from? Atlantis.
Yeah, but as if it wasn't obvious enough. Well, he is the king of Atlantis and king of the seas. So this is our universe, Aquaman, the one with the orange there.
So what's the what's the evil one like?
Oh, we'll see him later. Here's alternate Flash and Shazam.
Shazam, I can't take a name like that seriously.
Well, he was called Captain Marvel when he was introduced, and get this, Captain Marvel was introduced before Superman, and yet then Superman comes around and then says, no, I'm taking the spotlight, kid. And then Marvel comes along with their own Captain Marvel, which caused some conflict, so now, because of that, he's now called Shazam.
It does make more sense for like Marvel to have a Captain Marvel, would it not?
But then again, DC did it first.
It's kind of like, have you ever heard of the character Oswald the Lucky Rabbit?
No.
It was pretty much like, it was a character that like Disney sort of like created before Mickey Mouse.
Right.
But then like there was like the whole problem with like the rights to the character. Pretty much like Universal like took over the rights, so Disney had to create Mickey Mouse as a replacement for that.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Carefully. We have our orders.
From Donald Trump himself.
Oh fuck, did he just shoot the Flash?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he wasn't fast enough for
Yeah,
that, was
it
he?
wasn't fast enough at all. Video game logic, if the Flash was able to run at the speed he can, he would have ended the game right there.
You can tell Superman. He will not have it.
He will fuck off.
That's just basically what it is. This universe, our universe's Aquaman doesn't yet know that his Atlantis is on the verge of joining the regime, but because he thinks it's his Atlantis, he doesn't want that to happen.
Fuck, did he just get electricity to his chest?
That's video game logic. He can't summon lightning.
No?
No. He can't. Like he would. Let's say Aquaman is considered like an X-Men mutant in a way, where he's stronger than your typical human. Like he can lift up cars or anything like that. He can command all types of creatures in the sea, like from giant octopuses to killer whales to sharks. He can control all of that. But also, he's not godlike like Superman. But he can stand a chance against him, but he's not a god like him.
There it goes again.
And the way he plays is he's a long-range character because of that trident of his. Again, he's another character that I found interesting to play as.
Is he difficult to use?
No, actually, I'd say the hardest character is Lex Luthor.
Really? I take it because he's like quite big and
He's the
clunky.
he's the Bowser of the game. He's strong and powerful, but he's way too slow.
It's funny how they kind of fixed that with Bowser, like in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. They kind of like made him more like agile.
Aye. Like, you can call Lex Luthor like the Juggernaut, the Juggernaut or anything like that.
It's funny if Lex Luthor could do that like grab thing where like he spins and like takes you off the stage like Bowser does.
Let's not take this any further. I want to talk to Superman. You don't talk to Superman.
Are they making a Shazam movie?
Yes, they are, but there's no way Aquaman could take on Shazam. I'm sorry.
Is Shazam like more of a god?
He's just another Superman, yeah, magical based Superman. Like, he has the strength and agility of Superman, but he has the mentality of a teenager.
I see. So who would like win in a fight between the two? Would Superman like just edge out?
Probably because Shazam looks up to Superman despite being powerful than him. Because again, it's a kid transforming into a big Superman like him. It's and all the word Shazam, it's like an algorithm where each letter represents a god. Like the strength of Hercules, the speed of Zeus, or anything like that. And they all come together to form it. Yeah, have a gospel.
It reminds me of Captain Planet.
Can't be Earth's mightiest mortal. Poseidon take you.
Yeah, some of these also the wager system has, depending on the character, they can have unique dialogue between the two of them. So, like, for example, if it was like Batman and the Joker, the dialogue would be more personal compared to if it was like Shazam and Joker. So they're like not the big bad and good, the yin and the yang, so to speak.
Yeah.
Here's our alternate Aquaman.
I take it like he's been your hairdressers.
Yeah, we suddenly walked into Devil May Cry.
You mean Capcom took over this game for a second? Yes, we need to try put in some on this paid DLC.
Aye, we need to just make sure we don't put as minimal design as we can.
Make them pay for it.
Unnecessary compromise. More like
Here, do you know what? He already has all he needs for that is just a twirly stash.
A twirly stash.
You will take Aquaman seriously! That's the only point of this cutscene, by the way. Just having him beat up his own men. Like, like Power Rangers didn't even need to morph to take out these guys.
This would be even cooler with lightsabers.
Yeah, someone will probably has already done that. It's sad. Isn't that sad that the only way they can make Aquaman badass is by beating his men and himself?
It's like he can't like beat one of the big supervillains in the DC universe now. He has to beat himself in order to be cool.
Yeah. Who are you betting on, Aquaman or Aquaman?
I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about one of the guards.
Oh, they're already down. You've lost your bet. Pay up, son.
No, one of them's just gonna run along and like just knock both of them out.
Now, for Aquaman's character power, basically it increases his defenses for like 3 seconds. That's all it does. That's why when you see the splashes of water on him, that's the armor increasing his defense.
He's been eating more fish.
Yep. Imagine Aquaman going down to the local fish and chip store.
I want a fish supper, please.
But you control the fish. I know.
I just like the smell of chippies. And it's Chip that's serving him.
Chips Chippy.
Chip's chippy. Is this just going to be like a thing like in each sort of like let's play that we do, like each character's going to go to Chip's Chippy?
Alright. If you're wondering what that R1 is flashing up there, that means you can do a cute and a stage interaction.
I can breathe in water, this doesn't affect me.
Ouch.
He's like just randomly still standing there after we just seen
No,
the
watch
shark.
this. Watch this. Fail. The AI tried to do a special move, but that needs to be up close and did it far away. Fail.
No, the shark was like, no, I can't do that unless you have a receipt.
What if that shark was Jaws?
I think it'd be much bigger.
God damn it, stop stabbing me with that trident! Isn't there a Marvel character that is basically a ripoff of Aquaman?
Not too sure, there probably is.
Like, the obvious one that, as of now, is like Green Arrow and Hawkeye.
Mm.
Oh, goody, more mooks that I've already bet before.
Okay, they're just frozen in place.
Sir, sire, I cannot move. I can't feel my legs.
Okay, you can stop taking the piss now.
Remember this guy?
Who's that?
Ares.
Oh, the one that fucking Wonder Woman wouldn't shut up about in the
Yes.
movie. Even though we never... we do see him, don't we?
Yeah.
He's just under disguise.
And even when he takes his armor, he's still got that British mustache on. I would expect him to be more like this. You know, the armor itself was fine, but see the black face and the red eyes? That would have made it a bit more cooler. So here's Ares, the god of war, Wonder Woman's main villain. Greek mythology. But where's Kratos?
His bills would just come and fuck shit up, wouldn't they?
Imagine that. Versus superpower beatdown, actually Kratos versus Wonder Woman.
If you think about it, it's technically possible for that to happen because DC's crossed over with Mortal Kombat and Kratos is in one of the Mortal Kombat games, so technically it is possible.
Aye, who's to say that he's going to end up being another guest in Injustice 2's DLC, because as of now, they've just recently revealed Black Manta, Raiden, and Hellboy.
And Hellboy's not a DC superhero, is
Aye, I was like, why is he here? I don't recall him being ever owned by Marvel or DC.
I think he's kind of like, I can't remember the name of the company, but he's kind of his own thing. But I guess like it will sort of like make some fans like fanfics come true, sorry, of Batman versus Hellboy.
Isn't that the same for like that character Spawn?
Oh yeah. He was in Soul Calibur, wasn't he, in the Xbox?
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
With Link in the GameCube version and Heihachi in the PlayStation version.
Yeah, that was from Tekken, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So if you didn't bring us here, who
No, the reason why Ares explained he's weak here is because, of course, Superman, this universe's Superman, has been a dictator, eliminating all crime. Thus there's no conflict. This is making Ares powerless, because he feeds on conflict. He's the god of war.
He's just scared of the fishes.
What, he's just afraid to swim?
Yeah.
Oh, I have the power of a god, but I do not like the water.
I need to join my colleagues.
So with that, we conclude our next two chapters, and we'll see you guys in part 3, folks.